Hi, I'm Hendrix. I've been managing the Garden Grill for 5 years now, working double shifts and saving every extra penny for my dream, opening my own steakhouse downtown. My phone buzzed as I wiped down the bar counter. It was Marco. Dude, you still coming by the bank tomorrow to talk about that business loan? Yeah, man. Been saving for 3 years. Almost at the halfway mark for the down payment. That's my boy. Your credit score's solid gold. We'll get you approved. No sweat. I finished my shift around midnight, exhausted but satisfied. The restaurant had been packed, which meant good tips for the staff and solid numbers for the owners. When I got home, the lights were still on. Vanessa, you still up? My sister poked her head out from the guest room. Her mascara was smudged like she'd been crying again. Hey, big bro, just watching some Netflix. Vanessa had moved in with me about 2 months ago after getting laid off from her marketing job. Said it would just be temporary until she got back on her feet. I didn't mind. She was family, and the apartment felt less empty with her around. You eat anything? I brought home some leftovers. I'm good. Hey, Derek might stop by tomorrow if that's cool. I tried not to make a face. Derek was her new boyfriend. Something about him just felt off. Yeah, whatever. Just don't let him raid my beer stash again. My phone buzzed with a text from Ellie. How's it going with your sister? Still playing the hero big brother? I smiled. Ellie and I had been dating for almost a year. She was smart, beautiful, and understood my family loyalty thing, even if she thought I sometimes took it too far. She's family. What am I supposed to do, let her live in her car? You're too nice, Hendrix. Just be careful, okay? Love you. I crashed hard that night. The next morning, my phone woke me up at 6 a.m. Not my alarm, notifications, banking notifications, one after another. What the hell? I sat up, suddenly wide awake. Transaction alert, $2,000 ATM withdrawal. Transaction alert, $4,500 wire transfer. Transaction alert, $5,000 cash advance. My hands shook as I opened my wallet on the nightstand. My credit card was gone. Vanessa. No answer. I stumbled to the guest room and pushed open the door. The bed was made. Her suitcase was gone. So was she. I called Raymond, my former boss and mentor from my first restaurant job. He picked up on the third ring, voice groggy. Hendrix, it's barely dawn, son. She cleaned me out, Ray. Vanessa took my card while I was sleeping. 11 grand, just gone. He sighed, and I could almost see him shaking his head. Remember what I told you when your cousin needed that loan last year? Family will hurt you worse than strangers because you never see it coming. I sank down onto Vanessa's empty bed, staring at my phone, as another notification popped up. Transaction declined. Insufficient funds. At least she'd maxed it out. Small mercies. I tried calling Vanessa for the 5th time. Finally, she picked up. What do you want? Are you serious right now? My credit card, $11,000? I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you were hacked or something, not my problem. She hung up. I threw my phone across the room. 2 hours later, I was sitting in Marco's office at First National. This is bad, man. The cash advance alone will take forever to pay off. Can you help me or not? Marco typed something on his computer. I can dispute some charges, but we need proof it wasn't you. Let me pull the ATM footage. Minutes later, we were watching the security video. There she was, Vanessa, withdrawing cash at 2:17 a.m. Derek standing lookout. That's my sister and her loser boyfriend. I'll save this for the police report. Looks like they hit 3 different ATMs. Marco squinted at his screen. There's also charges from Golden Palace Casino. Casino? She's gambling now? I stopped by Ellie's apartment on the way home. Her face fell when she saw mine. You're going to call the police, right? Already filed a report. Ellie sat beside me, taking my hand. Maybe she needs help, not punishment. People don't just steal from family without reason. Are you seriously defending her right now? She's your sister, Hendrix. Maybe she's desperate. That doesn't make it okay. My phone rang. It was my cousin Teresa. Hey, I heard about Vanessa. Listen, this isn't the first time. What? She cleaned out Aunt Patty's jewelry box last Christmas, and she borrowed Uncle Jim's car last summer and returned it wrecked. They didn't want to cause drama. Why didn't anyone tell me? Everyone hoped she'd grow out of it. I called Raymond immediately. I need your advice, Ray. Legal advice. Meet me at Callahan's. 20 minutes later, Raymond slid a business card across the table. My buddy Seth, best fraud detective in the city. But before you go nuclear, you sure about this? She stole from other relatives too. Nobody told me. In that case, build your case brick by brick. Bank statements, credit reports, social media, everything. Find out where the money went. Marco mentioned casino charges on my card. Start there. Don't confront her again until you have everything. And Hendricks? Yeah? Don't let Ellie or anyone else make you feel guilty. Sometimes the kindest thing is letting them face consequences. I nodded, pocketing the detective's card. I'm going to nail her to the wall, Ray, and anyone who helped her. Detective Seth ran Derek's name through the system. Your sister's boyfriend has quite the resume, 2 counts of check fraud and a pending case for identity theft. So he's using her to get to me? Or they're partners? Either way, you need solid evidence. I texted Vanessa that evening, my fingers shaking with anger as I typed. Hey V, can we talk? I'm not mad anymore, just want to figure this out. She replied immediately, for real? I'm so sorry, H. Been going through some stuff. I get it, family first, right? Just pay me back when you can. You're the best. Can I stop by tomorrow to grab more clothes? Sure, I've got a double shift, keys in the usual spot. I wasn't working a double shift. Instead, I went to an electronics store and bought 3 hidden cameras with audio recording. Installed them in the living room, kitchen, and hallway. Then I made a phone call, making sure to speak loudly. Yeah, Marco, I appreciate the loan offer, but I've got that emergency cash stashed at home. Should cover me until the credit card situation is sorted. It's about $5 grand. There was no emergency cash, just empty envelopes and a hollowed-out book on my shelf labeled tax documents. I parked down the street the next day and waited. At 2:30, Vanessa arrived with Derek. I watched them enter my building, then pulled up the security camera app on my phone. They weren't just grabbing clothes, they were searching everywhere, drawers, cabinets, behind furniture. The brother said he has cash here, $5 grand. Derek was opening my kitchen cabinets. Check the bedroom. He's always been paranoid about his money. How much you think we can clean him out for this time? Enough to cover what we owe Mitch, plus extra for Atlantic City this weekend. Your brother's a real sucker, babe. Tell me about it. Family first, Vanessa mocked my text while rifling through my dresser. I'd seen enough. I stormed upstairs and flung open the door. They froze like deer in headlights. Looking for something? Hendricks, you scared me. I was just grabbing some... Save it, I heard everything, so did the cameras. Derek lunged for the door, but I blocked him. Police are on their way. Detective Seth is very interested in meeting you. That evening, Ellie came over furious. You set a trap for your own sister? What is wrong with you? She and her felon boyfriend were planning to rob me again. Did you miss that part? She needs rehab, not jail. Gambling addiction is a disease. Not my problem anymore. I can't believe you. Your own flesh and blood. What about me, Ellie? Where's your concern for me? I worked double shifts for 3 years saving that money. She grabbed her purse. Call me when you remember what family means. The door slammed behind her. My phone buzzed with a text. Vanessa. I almost deleted it, but curiosity won. Please, Hendricks. I'm so sorry. Derek made me do it. I have a problem. I'll get help. Don't let them lock me up. I'm begging you. I saved the message. More evidence for Seth. The courtroom was cold. Vanessa sat at the defendant's table, constantly turning to look at me with pleading eyes. Derek was in a separate hearing. His prior record meant different charges. Detective Seth sat beside me as the judge entered. You ready for this? Been ready for months. The prosecutor presented the video evidence. Vanessa's lawyer, a public defender who looked fresh out of law school, tried arguing coercion. My client was under the influence of her boyfriend, Your Honor. She's willing to enter rehab and make restitution. When it was my turn to speak, Vanessa mouthed, "Please," at me. Mr. Walker, would you like to address the court regarding your sister's proposal for reduced charges? I stood up. Your Honor, this wasn't a one-time mistake. My sister has systematically stolen from multiple family members. The recordings clearly show this was her plan, not just her boyfriend's. She called me a sucker and mocked my trust. She deserves the maximum penalty. Hendricks, please, Vanessa cried out. The judge banged his gavel. 3 hours later, it was over. 18 months for Vanessa. No chance of probation until she served at least 12. Marco met me outside the courthouse. Card companies agreed to reverse most of the charges. You'll still be out about $2 grand, but it's better than 11. Thanks, man. Couldn't have done this without you. You sure you want to go through with pressing charges against your own sister? Already done. Judge signed the order. My phone vibrated. Ellie. I let it go to voicemail. That night, Raymond invited me to dinner at his restaurant, Callahan's. The place was packed. Friday night rush. How'd you like to be part of this? He gestured around the busy dining room. What do you mean? I've been watching you bust your ass for years. Got that business sense, that drive. I'm opening a second location downtown. Looking for a partner, not just a manager. Are you serious? After everything that's happened? Because of everything that's happened, you didn't let family cloud your judgment. That's the kind of clear thinking I need in a business partner. I don't have the capital anymore, Vanessa. We'll work something out. Sweat equity to start. 2 weeks later, my phone rang from an unknown number. The automated message told me it was from County Corrections. Will you accept a collect call from inmate Vanessa Walker? I declined. The next day, a letter arrived from the jail. I recognized Vanessa's handwriting immediately. I dropped it unopened into the shredder at Raymond's office. Family drama? He asked. Not anymore. 6 months later, the sign went up outside our new place, Walker and Ray's Steakhouse. Opening night was packed, with Marco and half the bank staff celebrating at the best table. Ellie showed up unexpectedly, hovering awkwardly by the hostess stand. Place looks amazing. Congratulations. Thanks. I heard Vanessa gets out in 6 more months. That's nice. You're really never going to speak to her again? I looked around at my restaurant. My dream finally realized despite everything. Some betrayals you don't come back from. Enjoy your evening, Ellie. I turned away to greet new customers, leaving the past firmly behind me. Would you cut a family member out of your life completely if they betrayed your trust like Vanessa did? Or do you believe blood is thicker than water and family deserves unlimited second chances? Was Hendricks justified in pressing charges against his sister? Or was Ellie right that family should be forgiven no matter what? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this revenge story, hit that like button and subscribe for more dramatic stories like this one. New videos every day.